Hello, it's Collette from the Sacred Rose Temple, and I'm here to give you this week's energy report. Well, there we go. Mercury has gone direct again, and thank God. I know that Mercury retrograde, it does affect us all. We can all feel the way that it just slows us down a bit, makes us retrospect. Some things come back up that weren't dealt with or healed or realized. And it a station direct after its retrograde in fiery Sagittarius, and it's was trying to clear our mind now, so we can have a more clear overview of what's been going on in our lives and the kind of things that have been holding us back and what wants to move forward. So we feel like we're holding truth now, and the truth wants to be spoken. We need to speak from that truthful place. And now that you can name what the retrograde revealed for you, lies you've carried in yourself, beliefs you've outgrown, stories you keep refusing to change, then now is a good time to reflect on that and to see that there is truth rising from you beneath all of this rubble that has kept you down. You're kind of no longer a woman that's negotiating with your past, and you're kind of bringing yourself into your new chapter with the want of new behaviors and new situations and people. Whole environment changes for many of us. So we're also at the end of the year. We're coming to the end of the December, and this year has been challenging. 2025, everyone was like, oh, it's going to be a good year, but astrologically it was really set up for more deep inner work. And so this end of year is also the end of a 9-year cycle, which is about completion, clearing, cutting the thread. So that's why it's been particularly intense. So while we stand in this final arc of the year 9 cycle, it's lots of karmic closures, and that psychic tide tends to withdraw from us. Whatever ending is now for us is something we cannot take into 2026, because our next evolution needs space to land, to really ground in. So whatever is trying to remove itself for you is definitely needing to go, literally needing to go. So don't cling, don't negotiate, don't resurrect what is trying to die. Let it go, let it conclude, let it finish. Because really, truly, as much as it might feel painful, or there might be just some like deep threads that feel like they're super glued, it really, really wants to go for you. It's not for the best. Trust what's left, trust what's gone. Know that it has been for your greater good. And that still brings us back to the archetype, really, of Hecate. Uh, Hecate usually, has been in the underworld with us, but now she's holding a torch and she wants us to go forward. She's saying, "Come on, you've learned the lessons down there. You've known the darkness. You know what's held you back, and now truly, it's time for you to come up and have the courage to face new possibilities and to let go of those old things." So yeah, it's really, the astropsychology is much like last week's. What I'd said was coming, but literally you're trying to bring yourself into this new space now, like land in a new space, try to feel what the new space looks like. What does it feel like? Because Mercury direct in Sagittarius has brought you clarity, it's brought truth, it's brought an unbinding voice through. And the Venus in Sagittarius is really about expanding your desires, face honesty in love and with others, and craving some emotional freedom. You are closing a 9-year cycle, karmic endings, completion, so contracts dissolving. And this fiery energy is dominating us: renewal, courage, breakthrough, and illumination. So we really are within the feminine psyche trying to let go of outdated identities, reclaiming the path of our self honesty, our truth, our ability to say how we feel and what's going on for us, and to have no shame in voicing. So it is a time, this week would be perfect for you to say the things that you've been avoiding saying. Say them, speak them out. You want to end this year and end the cycle that you've been looping in for years. And maybe that's involved you just putting up, shutting up, being quiet, not voicing. Really try to dare to want more, to voice that you want more, perhaps even voicing what you really do want. What is it I want? What do I long for? And sharing that want and need with others. That allows you to reclaim your spiritual authority. There's nothing as magnetizing as someone in their sovereign self who isn't afraid to share what they want, what they like, and what they need from life. So we walk forward in that energy without permission. Like, we don't need permission to want to live the way we want to live, even if everybody's opposed to that, or maybe it's not other people's way of living. It doesn't matter. We've got to live for ourselves, and we've got to do the things that really call to our soul. This is the deep opportunity to do that. So some questions to ask yourselves this week is, what truth have you been circling around but not speaking? Maybe this involves those deeper reflections you had over the last week of what was going on, but it will be time to voice them now. It's time to speak them out. What cycle are you finally ready to end? Which one? What's going on? Maybe there's multiple cycles for some of us. And then finally, what desire is in me? What desire is wanting to expand through me and step into a larger life? I think it's really important to feel this. So just know that this week the universe is drawing a line in the sand. Mercury frees your voices and Venus frees your heart. Feeling this end of the 9-year cycle, and how Hecate is lifting her torch so that you can see what you've been avoiding. It's the one that leads into your next cycle, the one that you're probably scared of, the one that you're fearing because you might have to lose some comfort and safety, but you need to walk that way and walk that way knowing that you can't stay in your smallness, that you would rather lead forward. So it's important. There are many other things astrologically going on. There's water trines, but I think what's most important for me to highlight is just this deeper expansiveness that Venus in Sagittarius is giving us, and what Mercury direct means for us, because we can easily jump to another thing and another, but what stick with this big, deep, realization, the place where we stayed small and what it's asking us and how we can grow. How could that really move us forward if we concentrated on that one thing? I know in our spiritual kind of wounded and shadowness, we like to have lots of things, but we don't actually really follow through with anything. So if you really feel that space where you need to go into that darker stuff still and pull it out because the path's ahead of you, if you can't see it, then maybe you just need to do a little bit more deeper work in that underworld. And that's why I did the Hecate transmission. You'll find the link under this video. It's a 25-minute archetypal descent and rebirth journey, which is keeping you in the insight of what this time is asking for you and what threshold you need to go through. It's the triple flame goddess of the crossroads, and she's going to guide you into the deep liminal chambers of your psyche where old identities want to show themselves to you and dissolve so a new power can awaken. So the transmission is there to help you release the expired version of yourself and step into a new woman, basically, and really allowing this journey and activation, some space for you to think upon all the things that I've been speaking about over the last couple of weeks. So really, I've priced this at, €13. It's accessible by everybody, and maybe it's just the kind of space and bump that you need to just work and consolidate what you're leaving behind and what you're going forward into. So I hope it all helps anyway. So nice and short this week. really just highlighting those key things to work with. And I wish you really well this first week of December. We're coming to the solstice soon, and that feels really good to me. The light is coming. So enjoy yourselves and take care, and I'll speak to you all very soon.